If you believe it, you're gonna make it. Getting stronger by the day, you're invincible. If you believe it, you're gonna make it. Getting stronger by the day, you're invincible.
It's all up here. Welcome to TrendingSA. It's Friday, and you know what's about to happen, right? You guessed it. We're about to give you one heck of a good show. Tonight, I am the thorn amongst the roses. They wrote that upstairs. I am a rose too.
That's a rose gold.
And I'm with Liseko, forever blossoming, glowing, and radiant.
Hi, I don't know. No. I hate this sitting this side. Hi, nice to see you. Hi.
You're such a mess. Our next rose is the queen of Kabeja herself, King Root, forever stylish
100%.
and sharp.
I mean, if not a rose, a sunflower. If not
Talk
a
about
sunflower, a lily. If
Talk
not a
about it.
lily, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's rock Malweni Jani, right? Snip right?
Joining us on our round table today is another special woman. Her name is Ayanda MVP. Ayanda's active and eccentric personality has positioned her as one of the most sought-after DJs and MCs right now in Mzansi. This talented radio personality has come a long way in her career, including auditioning in Mendel. If you have experienced her work, then you know that Ayanda MVP is a whole vibe. Welcome to TrendingSA, Ayanda.
Thank you so much. This is the first time I'm actually not wearing sportswear, so I know.
So there are always those celebrities that grab our attention, like Ayanda. They sneeze and the internet shuts down. Kanye Mbao happens to be one of those celebrities in SA, and she recently declared her love for her new man in ink. Smart idea. And the internet went wild. Then, boom, her ex-partner went on his social media and wrote the following endearing post. So here goes. If you know me, you'll genuinely know me. You'll know I hate being dragged in the media, especially for impractical rationale. She knows it too. Then he talks about his family's support, and I found this part rather interesting. He says, I love M and M2 profoundly. Just thinking of moments on our journey leaves me giggling. I don't know how I lost the both of them. However, I cherish the day and will always cherish the creator tangled our paths. She's an amazing human and she has an adorable smile. She must constantly glitter. I am grown enough to accept defeat. Any reactions?
I think this is beautiful.
Spoken like a true man.
Yeah, I think this is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. First of all, why did he use their picture or their video? Second of all, this is not your moment, sir. What are you doing?
I also don't really understand. I feel like for me, manipulative men are the kind of who do these grand gestures after a breakup, months after, when she's starting to be happy in her new relationship.
Also,
Why
you could
now?
have you could have just kept quiet. You could have said nothing. You could have let people tag you, and you could have just like carried on with your
He's
life. And now
grown
you're
from
here.
it,
No,
guys, and he
Teen
wanted to
Lutz,
make
High
sure
Lutz,
that they know
leaving
that
me hanging.
he's happy for them.
And then on top of that, he pulls her daughter into it.
Ayanda,
Because he wanted to know
Ayanda, when
that he
they
didn't
get
want
like
to let
this,
go.
when they get like
Oh, I
this,
just keep
it's
quiet.
over. Then you just
Nah.
look forward. Yeah,
Drink.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
called Ain't
Like,
You know them.
I'm
Yeah.
with
You
you,
know
girl.
them.
And you know what? I know what I'm about to say. Don't side-eye me. But breakups are painful, you know, especially when they are public. People feel entitled to your relationship. You know, what did you guys break up for? You should have stayed together. All that silly jazz. But let's put out, our cards on the table. What is the most immature thing, guys, that you've done post-breakup?
Ayanda?
Okay, so because I broke up with him, I broke up with his friends.
Okay.
Drop the whole crew.
That makes
Love
sense.
it.
I actually think that's mature.
It is,
That's actually,
right?
yeah.
What
did
is
you-
that?
No.
I'm afraid to know what you did.
Okay, I don't know how to say this PG, so let me try. I found the person that I thought it most hurtful for him to find out I slept with and slept with them
Love it.
in an adult way. Fill in the dots.
I think you take the crown.
I would have done his father, but it was a bit old.
Oh, hectic.
Like this all the
All I
time.
did was date his best friend.
That's the same thing I said.
I just
that's
think
hurtful.
it's not hurtful. I just feel like, we're squared. Now we're good. Like, now we really respect each other. You know?
And I respect you
like
right
this
now
every
a
day?
lot.
They are like this every day, guys. I'm going to move on as the most mature person on the table. Mama O speaks, and then Queen Elizabeth throws her glass onto the TV. Damn it. So the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had their big tell-all sit down with Oprah, and Harry has spoken to his brother, according to this very reliable source.
Well, I'm not trying to break news, but I did actually call them to see how they were feeling. And it's true, Harry has talked to his brother and he has talked to his father too. The word I was given was that those conversations were not productive, but they are glad that they have at least started a conversation. And I think what is still upsetting to them is the palace keeps saying they want to work it out privately, but yet they believe these false stories are coming out that are very disparaging against Meghan still. No one in the royal family has talked to Meghan yet.
Wow. They have spoken, but it's the but for me. Reconcile because you want to, not because you've been put in a corner by the queen of talk shows.
And also, I really wish I was a wall in that palace. I would love to be there. But Prince Philip is out of hospital, and now this charade of making amends, their lives read like a soap opera. Also, this reconciliation, does it have anything to do with the unveiling of the memorial to Princess Diana? Could it? I don't know. It's looking a bit shaky right now, but let's get into this. Guys, I want to know, what do you think what's the first thing that William said to his brother? And who do you think called who first?
I don't know who called who first, but this is how I imagined it when I heard it on the news. He said, brother, what now? What now?
Okay, I actually got the voice note, the recording, and he said, Harry, if you know any more Negroes for us to use for this press tour, should I say Negroes, should I say blacks?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
He said, and I heard this, guys, so I was actually coming close to him. He said, Harry, does your black wife know any more of her people that we can take photos with for this press tour to prove that we're not racist? And Harry said, who's this? I'm telling you. Anyway, as if COVID is not the least of our problems, now we have to worry about Americans claiming random days in Africa. I don't even know how to react to this video. Please take a look.
Do you know what April 10th is, though? Really, I just found out myself. April 10th is Wendy Williams Day in South Africa. I am not lying.
It's the hands for me. She's like,
I'm not lying.
Can you believe it? I'm not lying. Anyway, as soon as hashtag Wendy Williams Day came up, Anele also started to trend. Turns out she was the one who started the rumor.
Also, I think what's annoying is that it turns out that the story is not even that juicy, you know? Anyway, we all need some of our self-love. You know, if Wendy Williams can have an entire day dedicated to an essay, granted it's in her head, I think we all deserve our own days. You know, I'm going to go first. I think what I would do is have Loot Day on the 1st of March, because it's my birthday month, and everybody gets to go to a store and loot something, but only one item.
Dope.
Only one item, and you have to sign up beforehand. Let's rock, mama.
Let's
You know,
go.
whatever you need.
All the wigs.
I was just about to say, units, stand here, I'm there.
Yeah.
I feel, guys, that we should reclaim the 16th of December. It used to be something very special in South Africa. It used to be the day where we party. Because of all these sex tapes and nudes that leak out on the internet, I think we need one day where we all just get naked.
I'm scared.
And we post. And the thing is, it wouldn't be a scandal anymore. We just get naked and we post full frontal, everybody on Instagram.
What's happening? What's going on?
I'm just saying, it will stop this thing
You know
of people.
you can just post your nude, right?
No!
You don't need a day. You don't need a day. If you want to release a sex tape, post
Today
it.
is the day. It's tonight.
We spoke about it yesterday, sex tapes, just post it.
The scary part is, at that point on that 16th, had you waxed or not? You're
If
there.
you're going to Jaleza's party.
I mean, come on. Like,
We can have
we work on our own
on the
schedules.
16th.
No.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
what about you?
My day would be for the people, not social media. I would literally make sure that everyone, while the day would be the 24th of September, not 24th, the 23rd of September, yeah. The 23rd of September, and people will get a day off from work, and their bosses or the companies would give them a card that would take them to a spa for a full day of just pampering and bliss and champagne in your hand the whole day.
And
Oh, champagne.
what would that day be called?
More lifing day.
Do you know what's sad about that day? is because everybody will be having more Lifing Day. We'll be here. Welcome to TrendingSA on more Lifing Day.
Fresh from the spark.
We'll be here going, welcome to TrendingSA.
No, you'll do a special episode.
on more
And then the camera's in there.
From the hole in the face.
What caught your eye?
What caught my eye? Well, I have to think about this one. Actually, I actually heard it on radio earlier. Something else incredible happened today. Oscar-nominated actor Elliot Page became the first transgender man to star on the front cover of Time magazine. Time magazine, guys, the big one. So this is a huge step in the right direction.
Definitely.
But I sense that it's something that they just keep pulling out to make people go, wow, you guys did something great. Wow, round of applause, amazing. Wow, trending for a day.
I also just feel like there's no, I don't know, we're in 2021, do you know what I mean? We shouldn't be in a place where we're still celebrating those firsts, right? Like we'll obviously work, we've come so far, we're educated, we know what's right. We still can't be in a time where we're clapping for this kind of, it's a big moment and I understand and I don't want to take away from it. I just think that we should be further.
Yeah.
But don't you think we're getting somewhere, Luz?
It's not fast enough, it's not quick enough, people are still dying.
You want to microwave it?
Tonight. You know, like you're nude. Tonight.
So guys, I want to ask you, what was your first big moment, that memorable
I really
moment?
wanted to comment my first comment of the Time magazine.
Comment then.
My first comment is I think diversity and inclusion is really important, obviously, and seeing moments of that is very important. But to me, it's more important if you're going to do things like this, which is amazing, and celebrating Elliot, celebrating Laverne Cox, are you also celebrating those people in your boardrooms? Are you also celebrating people when you open the magazine and you see who works there? Is it just white and male? And also, do they just do these things once every few months to be like, oh, or actually once every few years? I'd rather see this more often if you're really about
Winnie
this.
Mandela didn't die, she multiplied. So I'll ask my question again. Guys, what was your memorable first? Like that moment?
Having the girls, having two at a time is quite something. It's special. The first,
For me, it would be being a first-time publisher, published author.
You better
I thought
get
that was
it.
really amazing, having my book for the first time, an exclusive book.
Well done. And
I think it was playing at big events in concerts for the first time as a DJ. That is a female DJ. That because that's how they call us, a female DJ. And the crowd went crazy. I mean, it's a whole bunch of people staring at you. So that was a big one.
What music do you play?
I play hip hop. I'm a hip hop DJ.
All right.
She's my DJ.
No, it's
You
fine.
DJ for me.
Fine, leave him.
I love
Doesn't go
hip
out,
hop.
I'm sure.
Guys, my first was when my late friend Akumzi called me and said, "You've been nominated for a SAMA." I was just like, what?
Oh no, not you making
And
it
then,
right now.
and it was such a humbling moment. And as a humble person, I was even deeply.
You ruined it all. You ruined it all with the lie.
That's why
It's the lie for me.
Thank you so much, Ayanda, for joining us and for saving me from this madness, for being a buffer. I appreciate you.
Imagine.
Please come back again. I don't know why you're leaving because I have to sit next to them.
It's fine. You'll feel me from across the airwaves or the airlinks. There's nothing else to say.
like
Thank you so much for having me. It was such an honor.
Yes, and your dress.
Thank you. I told you guys, I didn't wear sports. I would have come here, you know, in the swag. And I was like, no. Let me look like I'm about to meet my boyfriend's mother.
Speaking of sports, after the break, we have SABC sports journalist Sixolele helping us with our weekly sports roundup. You know how we are in deep within the sports. See you after this. Yay. Yay. Hey, you are still escaping the norm right here on SABC3 with TrendingSA.
No, we have to stop for that. What was
feeling
that?
it. Joining us now is sports journalist and commentator Sixolele Sotyelelwa for all the juice in the world of sports. Welcome to TrendingSA, Sixolele.
Hi.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, guys. Hi, everyone in the studio and everyone at home. Evening.
Hi. So last week, obviously, Patrice Motsepe made history by becoming the first South African CAF president. So what do you think will be his biggest task?
Well, it's a big one. First of all, it's a big task for Patrice Motsepe. First of all, we need to commend his work that he's done just for South African football, and in particular Mamelodi Sundowns and the giants that they already were in years gone by, but what he's done with the product in the past 10 years has been really impressive. It speaks of someone who's just not just partly invested in football. He treats it as a business, and hence the returns that we saw, or he's gladly seen with Mamelodi Sundowns at the moment. But the presidency of CAF also brings excitement to South Africa. Some are still licking, the wounds and asking questions about what was left of the 2010 World Cup, because there was a big legacy that we all expected was going to be left by the World Cup, and we still ask questions here and there. And so expectation is there that he will bring back to South Africa and try and improve our grassroots in terms of football, and in particular women's football, which needs a heavy injection in terms of sponsorship, funds, and availability of contracts, longevity of that, because we're seeing our women doing an excellent job abroad in different countries, and when they do come together, it's a spectacle. So a lot in terms of that, but also the African game. How does he grow the African game in countries that are remote, countries that are struggling to put together their leagues, countries that are struggling to be competitive and stay competitive? And because, as CAF and generally in football in Africa, we still demand a better representation come World Cup.
So we see Lebron James is making big moves. He just recently became a minor partner in Fenway Sports Group, which owns Liverpool FC. And Lebron is also part owner of Liverpool since 2011 with a 2% stake. Now, we see him as a sportsman that is very business savvy. I want to take it back home to South Africa and ask you, Uguti, if I, as Maple, because I think my bank account and his are almost aligned. If I was, stop it.
Lots of zeros.
If I want to take it to South Africa and actually buy in somewhere, where should I be looking within the South African sporting world?
You have to look at LeBron James and the power that is the dollar, the brand that he is himself. LeBron James, if he walks into any company, all sorts of people stand up and want to be part of that. It takes time to build that. It takes years to build that. And it took all the excellence we saw in the court for him to be able to have that reach. Yeah. So it's there. There's lots of opportunities. And South Africa, I think at this moment, there's a lot of interest in women's sport. And in particular, you look at a company, I'm not punting anyone right now, they are the sole sponsor that has taken and carried our women, Proteas women, who won today against India for the first time since 2012, beating India in India in a 5-match one-day series. And Momentum just came and decided, you know what, we're going to sponsor these girls and we're going to be with them, we're going to take them to the World Cup. And last year they went to the World Cup and they just fell short. So in terms of businesses, there is still plenty to be done in terms of sponsorship and really injecting some of our grassroots levels, and in particular women's sport.
Let's get into the world of rugby, the Lions Rugby Tour, the mother of all tours, with the best player from England and Gumnandi thereby. And then that's why I think Australia actually tried to steal it from us. We see you, Australia. So how is this going to work out, considering the fact that we are still going to be within a pandemic? Like, how is this going to work out for us as South Africans with this tour coming to us?
Australia, if they're not ditching us, they want to grab our tournament. Look, from a brand perspective and a PR perspective, and South African rugby, everybody at this stage wants to see the Springboks play. Just by how they played in that World Cup final, I think I'm one of the very few who would agree in saying that the Springboks actually peaked at the final. I wanted them to play more games after that final. So it was pretty disappointing not to have seen them play last year for many fans. And no doubt that South African rugby would have lost a huge chunk out of their annual revenues. And so now it's realistic measures. Where are we losing? Where can we make up? First thing in mind, comparing the UK and Australia, is the time zone. So when you go to your broadcasters, you have to think of time zone. Where are you selling this product? We're going to the UK. How many countries in the UK with that sort of time zone? How many people will be able to then tune in and watch the actual tournament? So down under, it's a bit tricky because the time zones are different there in Australia, but certainly going to the UK is a bigger market and a far bigger, revenue injection for South African rugby, even though they would have lost a lot in terms of all the spectators that come here, guys. You wouldn't understand how many people actually look forward to that once in a lifetime tour to South Africa, because the last time they were down here was in 2009. So many would have waited. Players, let's go to the players. Siya Kolisi, it was going to be another chapter in the story, leading the Springboks against the British and Irish at home. Now that chapter changes a bit now because they have to go play. It's not put down in paper, but certainly going to play abroad will certainly change one of his chapters in his book.
Okay, so what should we be looking forward to? Which fixtures this weekend are the big ones to watch out for?
It's plenty of football, plenty of rugby, but I still say keep an eye on the cricket, because at this stage, we've got Sri Lanka on our doorsteps, which will prepare us then for the T20 World Cup in November.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us some of your sports knowledge. We'll be sure to look out specifically for Protea women, because I'm all about that. But that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Cool. And now it's time for a commercial break. And when we come back, we get connected with Vodacom. Now, connection is at the core of Vodacom's Everyone Connected campaign, and it's now time for Win Big with Vodacom. That voice I just did, I don't know where it came from. I'm so excited. Anyway, this week on our social media pages, we've asked you to share with us the following. What online platforms finish your data more? Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or your online class? Now, let's see the winning answer. Pontsho Malatji says, if I'm not on TikTok watching challenges, I'm on Instagram watching reels. My data doesn't survive, guys. These apps chow my data. It gets finished. At Vodacom deals help because I buy the monthly package. Hashtag everyone connected.
All right, so she won something amazing. In fact, before we tell you what she won, let's see what she had to say.
Big shout out to Vodacom for giving us the best internet connection, and TrendingSA for being the best show. You guys are doing amazing. I love your show. I love your content. This is the content that we sign up for. Keep on doing amazing work and updating us on what's trending.
Give her another prize.
First of all, give her the fourth seat is what I'm saying. Congratulations. She actually walks away with a Samsung A51 and 5 gigs of data, which will hopefully survive. So if you'd like to be like our lucky winner tonight, look out for next week's Moments of Connection on our social media pages, and you too could win big. I can't do Lesotho's voice with Vodacom's Everyone Connected campaign. Remember, we are still giving away 5 gigs of data daily, so make sure you follow Vodacom and TrendingSA's social media accounts to stay connected.
It's Win Big!
Win big! And that's how we wrap up this week's installment of TrendingSA. Come here, Sondel. Catch the omnibus on Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on SABC3. We'll be back helping you escape the norm on Monday at 6 p.m. From all of us here, have a great weekend. And remember, as I said, mask up, social distance. Good night!